and tested. Have you been tried and tested? God needs to know you're battle tested. When there's the disappointment in your life, tried through disappointment, it doesn't go your way, do you still have your faith? Well, that's what's important, is keeping your faith. He needs you to be battle tested. He needs to be tried and tested through hardship. He needs you to know that you're going to stay faithful. Also, I was going to say something about, it reminds me of Isaiah 43:26, where he's saying, remind me of those promises. He knows the promises. He doesn't need you. He wants to know if you know those promises. He wants you to know if you've gone in his word enough and found out what the promises are of God, his promises to you. That's what he wants to know. He wants to know if you have taken the time and gotten a word and trying to get more faith and trying to get more wisdom from God, and so you're battle tested and you know the promises. So regardless of what happens, God promised you it. No matter what is going on in the world and how grim it looks, you can still have your faith. You've been tested. Because God's promised you these things, and you believe and you trust in God. If you trust God, God will trust you. So you gotta be battle tested. He doesn't want to send anybody into battle that hadn't been tested. You can't send a soldier into battle without being tested. He's got to be trained and know what he's getting into, and know what's going to happen. Understand that it's training, and you have to. That's the same thing about the Bible. It's training, getting it into word. It's a letter to you from your Father in heaven, and he loves you, and he cares a lot about you, and he wants you in his life, and you should want him. Let him know you love him. Tell God, if you told him you love him, have you asked God for a blessing? Because if you haven't, that's not good. Ask him for blessings. Ask God in Jesus' name for blessings. And when the time's right, he'll bless you for what he's promised you all these different things. He's putting things in your head. Do you remember them? Those dreams, or you've forgotten about those dreams that God put in your mind? Because those dreams in your mind are there for a reason. So get into the Word and check out what God's having to say to you, because that's a letter to you. And he expects you to know, trying to find out what he's trying to tell you. And if you haven't, it's not too late. Get in the Word. Get in the Word and find out, so you can be battle tested, and you'll have faith when the time comes. Some kind of disappointment happens, you'll be okay. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do right now.